guys, it's me again. I'm back with my second festive video of the year, which is as surprising to me as it is to you, if I'm honest. But while I was getting ready for the Christmas season way back in September, I really needed some like Christmas content that wasn't watching Christmas films, because that just felt too Christmassy for September, to kind of get me in the mood for planning all of my Christmas content. So I took to YouTube and I really enjoyed watching everyone else's Christmas home tours, which I didn't realise was a thing until this year. So naturally I decided to make my own for you guys. So this is a quick look around our house and how we decorated it for Christmas this year, and it's the first year that we've been able to have a Christmas tree, which I was really excited about because we lived in a tiny little flat last year and we didn't have much chance to decorate. So yeah, I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed this video, but I'm gonna stop blabbering now and get to the good stuff. So I'm just sitting at the front door, and I thought I would show you the living room first. This is kind of how I would greet you at the door if you're walking into our house. That's the first thing that you see Christmas themed when you come in. So the tree is a real tree, and I'm very much a real Christmas tree kind of gal. But it's the first year we've been able to have a real one for a few reasons, but one of them being that we can't drive at the moment. So luckily, living close to London, there is a company called Pines and Needles, and they actually set up little shops that are kind of in reach of more like city areas, so that you don't have to drive out to like Homebase or B&Q or like a Christmas tree farm. And we actually took the train to St Albans, which is just like about 20 minutes from here, and we actually managed to take this guy back on the train. So obviously he was wrapped up, and it wasn't actually as bad as you'd think, but he's a 5 foot, but like the biggest 5 foot I've ever seen, and he's a Nordman fir, so they're the ones that don't drop the leaves. The decorations are a mixture of old and new. A few of them I bought last year, so I picked up some of these guys last year, these sparkly stars, at Sainsbury's. These are a new purchase. These were a set from H&M Home, and these I've been collecting whenever I find them. So I have like acorns, and what else do I have? Chestnuts or potentially hazelnuts. We haven't decided what these are. There's also somewhere around here pine cones. I also picked up loads of these little tin bells from Amazon this year, and I was originally going to make those as like a garland, but I think they actually just look really cute hanging on their own here. And they do ring. I'm not sure why they're not ringing right now. And then these ones I actually made myself with a little bit of leftover velvet and just some sparkly embroidery thread, and so those are dotted around here as well. And the rest of these sparkly ones and these big ones are from M&S Home. And the general theme was kind of gold, stars, which if you know me, you will know I love gold stars, and kind of pinky, beigey browns. I also wanted to give a shout out to these LED like copper wire lights, because I've seen up until now I'd seen that you could get these with battery packs, but this one actually plugs into the wall so that you can dress your whole tree in it, and I just think they are super twinkly and kind of don't get in the way like the larger like traditional lights can. I've also got some Christmassy candles that I've been saving. I bought these ages ago. These are TK Maxx, obviously. This one smells amazing. It smells just like a Christmas tree. I can't even explain. That's Winter Pine by Sand and Fog. And this one is just that like classic spiced berry kind of Christmas smell. You've got to have a bit of a cushion update for Christmas because I'm a crazy cushion lady. So I picked up this amazing embroidered star one from H&M Home as well. And that's just paired with some of these little velvet pink ones that I kind of just made myself. And this is another DIY using an old H&M cushion, which I just ironed on these little sparkly stars too. As you can probably see, there is a running theme of gold stars. There's actually a DIY up for this on my blog, which I'll link in the description if you're interested. I just think it looks really festive, but in a very chic, tasteful way. Now we have this little Christmassy corner. This is actually where we keep all of our shoes. So on top I just put this tiny little Christmas tree that my mum actually sent me. It's from Bloom and Wild, and they send you it in a letterbox sized box, and it's a literal tiny real Christmas tree. And I had so much fun like getting it out of the box, putting it together, and they even send you all of these decorations and lights to put on it too, which I just thought was amazing. And this is the most incredible advent calendar you've ever seen, which is another thing that my mum sent me for my birthday. She just knows what a crazy Christmas lady I am. And I haven't actually opened today, so I'm gonna go do that straight after this video. So just next to that is a dining area, and I saw this idea on Pinterest and I just loved it. So I wanted to do my own like pinky orangey brownie version of it. The stars are just like paper stars that I found on eBay. I think they come from China, so they took a long time to get here, but they're so cute. Now there wasn't that much to do in the kitchen, but one thing I did make is of course the obligatory hot chocolate station. So if you have watched any of these popular Christmas home tour videos, you will have noticed that everyone in their enormous beautiful kitchens has a very lovely hot chocolate station for Christmas. So I obviously couldn't resist doing the same. So I picked up this little tiny fake Christmas tree from TK Maxx and just put some battery powered LED copper wire lights around it. And then I have these, I picked these up years ago from M&S Home. That's M for Martin, A for Annie. Then we have, of course, marshmallows. We have hot chocolate powder in this adorable little tin, which is also from TK Maxx. Straws, although not entirely sure why you would need straws for a hot chocolate, but they have stars on, so they went in. And also we have these cute little hot chocolate sets. And just over here is another little idea that I saw a lot of people had in relation to their hot chocolate stations, where they had some kind of like Christmassy like sign. Now, being a designer, obviously none of those were good enough for me, so I made my own just out of a piece of old plywood and some acrylic paint, and I just made some lettering and painted it on, really. Easy peasy. Also, one of the benefits of having this is it hides all of the ugly wires behind it. These cute little stars were a H&M Home purchase last year, and I really didn't know where to put them, so now they just live up here in the kitchen. Just adds that little extra bit of festivity, I suppose, to a slightly less festive corner. We're getting onto that in a minute. I think if I could, I would maybe add a little bit of Christmas to this kind of blank space here, but you'll have to watch the gram to see if that happens. Hello? Who are you? Mr. Ladybird, come to join the festivities. And finally for downstairs, I was so excited to actually have a banister to put Christmas decorations on this year, because it's something that my mum always does, and I think it makes the house just look extra festive. But obviously living in a flat, we never had an upstairs until now. So yeah, I just went with this cute little stocking which we got from M&S Home again. It was like years and years ago now, but it's just so beautiful and precious. And then I picked up a load of different Christmas foliage from the florist. So if you don't live near a garden centre, if you go and pick up your tree from an actual tree farm, they will probably give you a load of this for free, but unfortunately the place we go doesn't have, they don't chop them down there, so there isn't loads of leftovers. So I had to just make do with what I could. Obviously it's more expensive from the florist because they use them to make wreaths rather than them just being scrap. But it was better than nothing, and I just really wanted to do this, so it was worth it. So it was yeah, just a load of foliage from the florist. I don't know what kind these are, but I love these. And then this is like the traditional Christmas tree, and then somewhere up here the same stuff that our actual Christmas tree is made of. Anyway, I've already forgotten what it's called. So then I tied these all onto the banister with little tiny pieces of twine, which you can probably see. I don't know, maybe you can't see, but that's the idea, is that you can't see. I tied those onto the banister. I just got them in sort of big pieces. They were like this big branches, and tied those on. And then I made it a bit more luscious using, these were fake berry sprigs from Tiger. These were like £3 each. This is some dried honesty, which is also from my mum's garden, which I begged from her, and I just think it looks so Christmassy. Then we usually have these fairy lights around here anyway, but I thought I'd take them all off and incorporate them into this, because every banister needs fairy lights, I suppose. And then we had some more of these tin bells, which rather than overload the tree, I thought I would add to this just to make it look really traditional, but like rustic, and like, oh, I love it. And then finally, I have an obsession with the word Noel. I don't know how or why. I think it's because it's only a 4-letter word that's Christmassy. So you don't have to buy too many decorations that say it, but I need to stop now because we already have one on the tree. But yeah, I had nowhere to put these because I thought maybe putting it on the tree twice would be a little bit too much. So instead I decided I would put it up here, so that just says Noel. And those are also, they are old now, but they were from M&S Home. Now I thought we'd quickly just come upstairs. There's not a lot up here, it's mostly downstairs, but I thought I'd just show you the little Christmas touches that I've done upstairs. So a lot of this is stuff that we already have on our bed. I always go for a million cushions and pillows, but this is my special Christmas duvet cover. Are you sensing a theme? Because yes, it's gold stars again. And I just think this is the most beautiful duvet cover, and it's basically the reason that I went and purchased these gigantic 65cm square cushions. Just so I could have this, and so it would look amazing. And that's from La Redoute, if I'm saying that right. But La Redoute if you are common and British like me. And so that's pretty much the only like Christmas edition, other than the fact that we had to bring Klaus the cheese plant upstairs because it was just getting way too green downstairs. There was just too many plants in one area. So now these guys are all hanging out up here. But yeah, that's it for this room, so I'm finally just gonna show you the studio. So here is the studio. I can go wild in here because I do actually have to have room for all of my stock, and obviously have to have room to do my work, but it doesn't hurt to just put a few LED Christmas lights up. So those went over my notice board. Couldn't tell you where those are from, but they're probably from Wilko. So is this beauty. So this is the tree that we had in our flat last year, because obviously it was much smaller and took up a lot less space. But I thought I would bring it in here today, because why have a Christmas tree languishing in the shed when you could have it in your studio, making everywhere very festive and bright. Yeah, so the rest of the room is pretty much how it always is. I have most of this stuff here the whole year round. A lot of my stock is over there, and I think I'm actually going to give this room a little bit of a revamp because I desperately need more storage space. Everything is just hanging out in cardboard boxes at the moment. But until then, this is how it looks for Christmas. Right, so the end. Mostly short and sweet, as our house isn't enormous. It's just a tiny little terraced house just outside of London, so space is at a premium. But I hope you like what I've done with the place, and if you did like it, feel free to give it a like. Pop me a comment if you fancy, and if you'd like to see other videos of this caliber, which I'm sure you would, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!